See, God is the Most High. He's fair, man. You know what I'm saying? He's fair. You got a question?
Oh, I was just interested to see what you guys were.
You know who you are according to the Bible? You see, matter of fact, take a look at this chart first. We ain't gonna bite you. Yeah, take a look at this chart.
Oh, so these are how the 12
That's the 12 tribes of Israel.
Oh, Puerto Ricans are their own tribe.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And Cubans and Dominicans.
That's right. That would be the 12 tribes of Israel.
Wow.
You ever seen this before?
No, I haven't seen this. I think
it's quite amazing.
Oh, this is all like the Americas and then Africa?
Yeah, see the sign you see at the bottom where it say Isaiah 11 and 11, it says scattered throughout Africa and abroad. So the sign is exclusive to the people that's on this side of the world. Okay?
But we got brothers that's doing the same thing we're doing over there
in Africa,
in Africa and Asia, right? But their chart, their sign, you know, is like for the tribes and the people over there or on that side of the earth, you know. So go ahead.
Now you said something about the Puerto Ricans. Now when you look at the people on this sign right here, you see African Americans, West Indians, black. The West Indian blacks which consist on the Jamaicans, Levi's, the Haitians. When you look at past these three tribes, they start looking a little different. You know why? You know why that's like that?
I mean, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
I say when you look past these three tribes, they started looking different.
You know why?
Like more white, or like light skin.
Yeah. You know why? You know why? Like right here, you look at this right here too. They start looking different. They start looking like different colors right there. You know why they look a little lighter than these three tribes? Because they all come in different shades from Judah all the way down to Naphtali. But generally, you look at the African Americans. We got like hair like that. We got woolly hair. But then when you look at one of these other tribes, their hair is a little more straighter.
Oh yeah. Well, there's also like, I mean, there's also like the they call them negritos in Philippines. Yeah. They're also like dark skin.
Yeah, that's Judah. That's Judah over there. But the reason why the rest of these tribes they don't necessarily look as dark as these three tribes is because your forefathers have raped them.
That is true. Yeah.
The conquistadors.
Yeah.
So what should happen for what they did? You think it should be a judgment for that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm in favor of like some form of reparations, I think.
Yeah, and look at this picture right here. You see this black man? They beat his back in, man. That was your ancestors that did that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, it definitely was.
So let me show you something real quick, because you seem like an honest so-called white man. Get Isaiah 14, verse 21. You know? Because the God of the Bible is the God of justice. All right, and black people, we still haven't got justice, you know what I'm saying, being on this side of the world. Get what you got.
This is Isaiah 14 and 24.
Read.
Verse 21. Prepare slaughter.
What the Bible say?
Prepare slaughter.
Read.
For his children.
So the Bible say prepare slaughter for his children. Read.
For the iniquity of their fault.
Right, so would you say your ancestors sinned against God by putting our people in slavery and stuff like that?
Like under the perspective of like Christianity, like did he
telling us to follow religion, saying that if we be a good slave, if our forefathers was a good slave, then they gonna go to heaven and stuff like that? Don't you think that was a sin for that?
Yeah, I mean, depending on your like interpretation,
right?
Like so their interpretation, that probably wasn't a sin, but like that's.
No, I'm saying I'm talking about according to the Bible. Did the Bible say don't bear false witness?
Yeah.
So in white Jesus, that's a false witness right there, right?
Yeah, I would say Jesus probably was not white.
Exactly. So that's a lie right there. So somebody has to pay for that. Read that again.
This is Isaiah 14 and 21.
Read.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fault.
Right, so the Bible say do not commit adultery. So I'm pretty sure the women, the indigenous so-called Native American woman who was quote unquote melanated like us, I'm pretty sure she was married to an indigenous man who looked at quote unquote like us. But what did the so-called white man do? He raped her, which is committing adultery because you forced her. And then he killed the man, so he killed somebody, right? Now they speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
A language that's not theirs. Finish that up. So it say, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their forefathers. So for the iniquity of y'all forefathers, man.
That means prepare slaughter for the descendants?
Yeah, so the people that's still here now, the people that you see that's right here, they got to pay for that. Because y'all foreparents is not here right now to do that.
But when you say prepare slaughter, though, that like sounds like killing people.
That's what's going to happen. So Christ is going to come back, because Christ is the real, you know, when you watch Candyman and like Jason and all that, that's Christ. That's what they get that from. They get that from the Bible. Not this guy right here, but the black Messiah.
Oh, you're talking about like the more like the sword bearing Jesus, like on the day of like like Armageddon.
And he's black. He's so-called black man. All right, finish that out. I'm gonna prove that to you.
Oh, okay.
That they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So now get Isaiah 66 and 15. Now, like I said, when you watch these horror movies, that's how Christ is coming back. He's coming back a serial killer. Like he's gonna come back and leap off that throne like a wild man. And he's gonna do a lot of killing when he come back. Not like the church is saying, talking about, he's gonna everybody's gonna be loving. No, that's not what the Bible say. When he jump off this UFO, all right, this so-called chariot that he finna read, it's gonna be on the cracking, man. All right. For the other nations, for 2/3 of our people who don't come back, because 2/3 of our people, they're gonna be destroyed too, right along with y'all and the other nations. So don't feel left out, okay? Get what you got.
This is Isaiah 66 and 15.
Read.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
How the Lord coming?
Will come with fire.
He's coming with fire, okay? Not fire from this planet. He's coming with heavenly fire. We don't know what color that fire is, but it's gonna burn some stuff. It's gonna melt some things. He's gonna laser beam things and people and objects. Read.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind.
So he's coming back in a chariot, a so-called UFO. All right.
So
beam me up, Scotty, man. Okay.
Yeah, like aliens.
Right. He's gonna be the alien, but he's gonna look just like us. You know how Superman, he come from a different planet. That they got that from the Bible. That's how Christ is coming. He's coming back looking human, but he's going to be an extraterrestrial. All right, looking just like us, 7, 8 feet tall, maybe 9 feet tall. Thanos, you know. Read.
To render his anger.
To render his love.
To render his anger
Read.
with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So we seen Dragon Ball Z. You know how Goku and them, they do their little moves and they release this.
Yeah, the key.
Exactly. That's the Lord. He's coming back. Where do you think they get that from? The Bible.
I mean, I think it was inspired by like the Ford
Flash Gordon.
To the West.
Well, all the so-called superheroes of Marvel and Capcom and all that is coming from the Bible. All right. Because the Hollywood directors, for them to put those movies together, they have to study the Bible to do that. All right. When Christ was doing those spiritual miracles, all right, walking on water and stuff like that. That's spiritual. That's what you call spiritual powers right there. All right? So he's coming back with spiritual powers, destroying the wicked, man. All right? The Edomites, which is your nation, 2/3 of the Israelites, and then the rest of the other nations, man.
But you're like serious. Like you don't believe this.
Revelations 1:7. What the Bible say, we gotta get what the Bible say. I know you don't believe. Do you believe in the Bible? You probably don't.
No, I'm not.
See?
I'm not a Christian.
So, cause like that's how you know that you're a race of people and not the people of the book, because y'all don't believe. Y'all don't believe in nothing but success in your own. You guys being God.
Money,
you know what I'm saying?
God.
Money, oil, and the D word, which I ain't gonna say because they're gonna try to flag that video right there. Okay? You see this? The 12 tribes of Israel. It's the real Jews and Israelites according to the Bible. We cracked the code. You know what I'm saying? We cracked the code.
You want Isaiah 63?
We did.
But who was like the first one? Like, were you the founder of this, or?
No, we're not the founder of it. Albert Bivens. Look him up. He's from New York. All right.
You want Isaiah 63?
Get Revelations.
1:7.
Would you get that? Go ahead, get that. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 63 and 1.
Read.
Who is this that cometh from Edom?
So Edom is your biblical name, your biblical nationality. Read.
With thy garments from Bozrah.
Read.
This that is glorious in his apparel.
That's the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, man. Who the world knows as Jesus Christ. True Hebrew name, Yahweh Shah. All right, you can't say that name because it's going to bring terror upon you. So just stick to Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Read.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength.
So he's traveling in the greatness of his strength. Remember the episode of Dragon Ball Z when Vegeta was traveling from that planet and he was waiting to get out of that to do something?
Yeah.
That's how the Lord is coming. He's waiting. He's waiting for the Heavenly Father to give him that say so. He's gonna come here. It's gonna be an earthquake before he get here. It's gonna be vicious, man. You ever see those end of the world movies? Transformers and the movie with Tom Cruise on that. What's the movie with Tom Cruise?
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise.
That's Independence Day.
No.
Whatever it's called. Independence Day wasn't with Tom Cruise. You're thinking War of the Worlds. Yeah,
that was Tom Cruise.
So that's how it's going to be. It's going to be the end of the. At the Babylon, which is America, is taken out. It's going to be still civilizations and nations still here. But when they say the end of the world, it's talking about the end of y'all's society. Okay. Not like everybody is going to die. It's going to be a changing of superpowers and rulers. All right? That's what it's talking about.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
So Christ, his garment, which is white, is going to be so red.
With blood.
Yeah, because he's going to be doing a lot of killing. Read.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Read.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger.
And he's going to get the nation of Israel first. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, the rebels, he's going to get them first. Then when he take them out, he's coming for the rest of the people of these other nations. All right, they're going to get judged. Read.
And trample them in my fury.
He's going to trample, he's going to stomp them out, man, like grapes. Read.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
So the churches don't even bring these type of scriptures out. Have you ever went to church and they read the book of Revelation?
I mean, when I went to church, I was a little kid.
They never read. You never heard them read the Book of Revelation, man.
The Book of Revelation. A lot of there are a lot of different churches that focus more on those, like the southern ones.
The black churches do not focus in the Book of Revelations, man.
No, the Westboro Baptists, I think they focus on it a lot.
Come get a slice of this, sister. This is the truth right here. This for our people. But look, the black church don't read the Book of Revelation, man. They don't.
Yeah,
they stick they stick to the Gospels.
Matthew, Mark, Luke,
John. And maybe Psalms and maybe a little Isaiah or something but that's it.
The feel-good
and
stuff.
we got scriptures for that. But let him finish that out.
And I will stain all my raiment.
He's going to stain all his raiment, his clothes, man. Read.
For the day of vengeance is in mine heart.
Read.
And the year of my redeem is come.
So the Lord is coming back to get his lick back. Because the Romans, those Italians who put those nails in his hand, he coming for them too, man. And that also proves that regeneration or reincarnation is real. Revelations 1:7, because it's going to tell you the people that put the thorns in his hands, those nails, he going to come back looking for them, man.
Did you have a question?
How you doing, sister?
So the book that I have.
Okay. You said what? You talking about the Apocrypha, right? Oh, you can get it on Amazon for yeah, you got one out?
I ain't got an extra one. Oh.
Just show it to her, yeah. Yeah, so you could get the 1611, yeah, on Amazon. You get it on Amazon for about maybe $6 to $10. You can get one used for $6 to $10.
Does that have some of like the books that they took out during the
pages? That's what I'm saying.
It's called the Apocrypha.
Yeah, like it's got like the what was her name? The other person in the Garden of Eden. There was Adam and Eve, and I wanted Lilith. Does it have Lilith?
Oh no, she's not in there.
That's pseudo Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Pseudo books.
Yeah, it's the Apocrypha right here. Yeah, you can take a picture of it.
But the Protestant church, they took out 15 books that the Catholics left in.
You can go to do you be out like by Dalton?
Yeah, I'm out that way.
There's a bookstore right over there about you know what that high school? It's a high school, Thorn Ridge. Yeah, it's across the street in that parking complex.
Okay.
It's, you can get it over there for like $10.
All right, thank you.
Mostly all modern day translation got missing scriptures on.
Yeah, the Apocrypha. It was taken out in 1885 by the Roman Catholic Church. You know King James was black too, right?
King James, the King of England?
Yeah, he was black.
Oh.
We can prove it, man. We can prove it.
How do you know that?
Pull it up on now, check it out. King James was a Jew. He was an Israelite too, from the tribe of Judah, right? So his son, you can do your research on this. His grandson was called, guess what his nickname was? They call him the Black Boy.
Oh.
All right, when you look at it's a statue of him, all right, he about my height. He got long curly hair down to his shoulders.
Yeah.
All right, and they call him the Black Boy. Now, if you could get this book called When Scotland Was Jewish, I believe it's page 7. It tell you that his grandson was so dark, his mother was ashamed of him.
Oh.
Do your research, man.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there would be like other sources saying that he's white, right?
Yeah,
like,
but
how do you tell which one's right?
We gonna get the picture right here. We got the original picture. They couldn't destroy this image because it was written on suede material, man. You know, you said something about that.
Yeah, because we got to understand, during the Renaissance era, when y'all came back into power after the Dark Ages, y'all started to whitewash a whole lot of images
and stuff.
Especially those you found in Russia, because our people ruled over there in England and on Scotland.
And we can go back to this book right here. Like, you would think this book was never talking about black people, right?
Well, I mean, Shakespeare talked about black people, like Othello was black.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where were they located at?
Morocco, I think, or Spain.
They were in Europe.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? Now look,
but like, they would have been like from Morocco and everything.
Now look, go back to page 171.
Like, there have always been black people in Europe.
The title of this book is called Shakespeare and the Jews, man. All right? Shakespeare and the Jews, and Beethoven was black. You ain't know that, did you?
No,
he was a man of color, man.
I'm aware of that.
Get the book Diaspora of Colonization of Colored People. You're gonna find out that all the images in there, they were bust. You know what that is? The Renaissance, like, they were black, and then they iconoclast them and turned them white. You see what I'm saying? But get that real quick.
Yeah, it's funny. It sounds like because there was like a similar thing to this, but like the opposite was said by like the Germans, like in like the end of the 1800s. Yeah. They were saying that it was Aryans, it was whites that started that's the pharaohs were white. They said
that's a lie.
They said the Japanese.
The pharaohs didn't get white until to the time of Ptolemy.
Started by white people. Like,
hold on, that's what I'm saying. You don't get white Egyptians until the time of Ptolemy. All right, the 4 generals of Alexander the Great. When they took over, that's when you start getting those white images of them. But they were all black. Like, the children of Israel is actually on the walls of Egypt, and they look just like us.
Why do you think Napoleon was like shooting off the nose?
The Sphinx, knocking their nose off?
Yeah. The nose looked black?
They had our type of nose.
Our facial features, because
cheekbones and everything.
Yeah, our big lips, the way our nose is, structured in our cheeks, in our jaw structure. So, this is
call the book.
This is page Shakespeare and the Jews. This is page 171, right?
Read that real quick.
Robert Kirk toured London in January 1690.
Now, you would think black people was in slavery right there, right? But not all black people was in slavery, just the ones that was over here.
I mean, not all black people in Africa weren't all enslaved.
You seen 12 years of slavery. Remember that man, he was a free man. They kidnapped him and they put him in slavery.
Yeah.
Read.
He also paid a visit to the synagogue there, where he observed over 200 Jews worshiping.
Read.
He noted in his journal that they were all very black men.
What color were the Jews?
Very black men, and distinct in their reasoning as gypsies.
Now read that right there.
Yeah, this is a
quote
the
part right here.
From Paul Isaiah.
These are Edomites that's writing this.
Yeah,
white people.
1655, right?
What year is that?
1655.
Okay, read.
I knew you to be a Jew, for you Jews have a peculiar color of face different from the form and figure of other men.
Read.
Which thing have...
You looking at the Jews right here. Take a look. Look at me, look at him, and look at him, and look at this brother right here. We are the real Jews, man. Read.
Which thing hath often filled me with admiration.
Read.
For you are black and uncomely and not white as other men.
And he's talking about who? When you read from the top.
The black Jews, right?
The Jews.
For you Jews.
But who is this quoting?
This is a man named Paul Isaiah, 1655. We can go into the sources to find the source. I'm gonna give you the source. You want the source of it?
Yeah.
Hey, what you can do if you want to receive mercy, man, you need to tell the world that we the real Jews, and we'll remember you when we beating your people back in and all that. We're gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna give him a little mercy because he helped reveal the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You'll be all good. You know how back in the day when they had the house Negroes and then the field Negroes, we'll treat you like the house Negro. All right? Because this is really gonna happen, man. It's really gonna happen.
And I would like, if that was really gonna happen, I would want to be on that side. The thing is, it would like.
What's your nationality?
I'm American.
What's your father?
Yeah, it goes back to like Scottish, I think.
Scottish, and we was the real Scottish too. You see,
man, you're all over the place.
The word Scot goes back to the Hebrew word shakor, all right, or sakawar. It means dark skin. You know the word steward means dark stranger. Salaki, not the word steward. The word Douglas means dark stranger. All right. Steward means swarthy, which means dark skin.
Yeah.
All right. So King James, his last name was Stewart. All right. Charles Stewart. Okay.
What was your? I could ask you what's the foundation, like the bedrock for you to like think these sources are true and like the other sources?
Because they all saying the same thing. The Bible say between 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established. Okay. So if we got 2 sources saying the same thing, it got to be established like that.
Yeah,
you got to bring
all the liars, right?
Yeah.
But like the liars will corroborate each other. So then you'll have like tons of people saying the same thing.
Let me ask you a question.
Right?
How did our forefathers come here?
Whose forefathers? Your forefathers?
Yeah,
my forefathers.
our forefathers. What form of transportation?
Probably ship, like slave ship.
Can you get that real quick?
We know what is true and what's not is because of prophecy. You know, like for instance, in Revelation, it tells us that the Euphrates River is going to dry up for the kings of the east. You know, to go over there for the last day of the vengeance of the Lord over there, Armageddon or whatever they say. You know, and
matter of fact, look, don't even get that. Go to Isaiah 3 and 16.
I heard about this actually.
Dealing with our women.
People talking about the Euphrates drying up.
Now listen,
the Euphrates is always going to dry up at some point.
Right? And it's fully dry now. It's fully dry.
Yeah, it's dry. But like, dry now. So does that mean if nothing happens real soon, does that mean the prediction was wrong then?
No, things are happening, man. All right, you got food shortages that we see right now. All right, and that's in the Bible. You have war. It says going to be rumors of war. Vladimir Putin.
Wars and rumors.
Okay, they say he's going to be in the office for another, I think, 20 years or something like that because he wanted to see what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always wars and rumors of wars, right? Like, there's never a time when there's not wars.
It's gonna happen, man. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, because you have to also remember what the Jewish people over there in the land is saying and read prophecy, because when the real Jews are in the land, there's supposed to be peace on earth. There ain't supposed to be no wars and any of that going on. So, but the American white men here today is saying that those people over there are the Jews. So if they the Jews, then they gotta fit prophecy. Prophecy says when the Jews is in the real Jews in the land, no more war. So no turmoil or anything like that's supposed to be happening. But you see the Palestinians, you know, and the Jewish people over there, right? They going head to head over there, you know. And so you can see, fighting over land. So we see there's no war. So who are those people over there, right? And you know, I mean, it's just this book has a plethora of prophecies that you just can't negate.
You can't deny.
Right. So and it's just not the Euphrates River drying up. It's just one prophecy out of 100, you know, things that's supposed to happen in the last days, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, get that real quick. This is a prophecy on our women. All right, the so-called black woman, right? This is Isaiah 3:16.
Yeah, this is.
Now we're not poking fun of our women, but this is prophecy, so we can identify who is it talking about. Read.
This is Isaiah 3:16.
Read.
Moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion,
the Judite woman, the woman on this sign right here, read,
are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks,
read,
and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head.
So the Lord said he's going to smite the scab of the crown of the head. That's hair loss, all right? You ever heard of edges? You ever see something on TikTok where like they talking about edges and stuff like that?
I haven't heard about edges, but I know like black women are more likely to have female powder pattern baldness.
That's right, and you know why? Because there's harmful chemicals that they're buying and they're putting in their scalp. Like when they wear those weaves and stuff like that, that's damaging this pushing their hairline and all the way back. All right, read that part again. The scab
will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Right, so if that's talking about the black women, that proves that they Zion.
Right.
I mean that's a level of interpretation you're doing.
We can finish it out. He got to keep reading.
We're gonna keep reading on it. So this is a prophecy saying this is gonna happen to the daughters of Zion, right? For their stiff-neckedness, right? Yeah, for their disobedience, right? So if those Jewish people over there are the Jews, then why isn't this happening to them in books?
It's gonna be because they're being more obedient. I mean, they're not.
No, that's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, if the real Jews over there keeping the laws, there ain't supposed to be no war no more when they are there. That prophecy does say that.
That says if the Jews are keeping the laws, though, right?
So, okay, but you're saying that they keeping the laws, but then you're saying now that they're not keeping the laws.
No, and the laws don't apply to them either. The laws was not given to them.
Yeah, but so this one's saying that God in the last days will do the thing with their scalp.
That's
right?
already happened. It's happened already.
It happens over and over and over again until they actually keep the laws. Yeah. They haven't been keeping the laws ever since we've been exiled out of Jerusalem. Yeah. Even during ancient Babylon. Our people as a collective still haven't been keeping God's laws. And so that curse, that prophecy is still on them even to this day.
But didn't you say that it was happening because of the things they were putting in their hair, like the weaves and stuff, and that was doing damage? But so
those are one of the
ways it's happening.
Those are one of the ways.
Before though,
it was happening. It was really happening, man. From all go ahead.
Because our women started putting.
Listen, let me ask you this question: what race of women wear weave, bro?
What race
of women wear weave?
What race of women?
Yeah.
Black women. Right?
That's how you know that they don't have they being smited with the scab right there.
Yeah. Although most women can't do a weave, right? Because they have straight hair.
Yeah, exactly. So that only fits the woman on this side right here, Judah, the African American woman. She can't wear her own hair. They wear wigs and stuff like that. All right, and most of the time they wear they wear hair like him sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you take the look at the pictures from slavery in the 1600s and 1700s, they had short hair then too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And look, and that proves if the black woman, if that's her, then we represent her too. So that fits. That's how you know that we the real Jews. Just look at the women. Look, she got a nice hair. She got a nice set hair. But the average black woman don't wear their hair like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, the average.
No, the average black woman doesn't have hair, man. No, they wearing weave. Why do you think they wearing weave?
They wearing weave.
When you say that's the whole average,
we say the majority of them.
They say the majority of black women have their hair.
They have a hair problem. Yes, man.
I mean,
we telling you this because we know our people. We don't say it we don't try to embarrass our women, but for the sake of truth of that scripture, that's what it is, man. Yeah. Let's show you. Can we show you something that pertains to the men? Now, go to let's see. Go to Isaiah 50, verse 21. Now we're gonna get on the men. Now, have you ever seen a white woman wearing weave?
I mean, I think so.
I'm talking about braids, though. I'm talking about braids and braid style.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
as a whole,
it's harder to do. Yeah,
exactly. Because they don't have their hair problem. Right?
Yeah.
They don't have the hair problem.
Or it's not as as common of a thing.
Now, on the scale, who have longer hair? White women or black women? Tell the truth.
Wait, longer and length? Because black women's hair is curly, so
right. Who have longer hair? Who have longer hair?
White women.
Is it white women?
I'm asking you. Okay, look. Who have more women? Chinese women or black women?
Who have more women?
I mean, who have more hair? Chinese women or black women? Who have more hair?
I think, because Chinese women's hair is thinner.
Who hair is longer? Who hair is longer?
As far as with not accounting for curls, then Asian hair and white hair is longer.
It's longer
because it's straight.
Right.
Yeah.
So that proves right there that all the other women have longer hair than our sisters, man. That scab it pertains to our women.
Yeah, but like if you take into account the curls, they probably have like more similar like, because like black women hair.
They could get their hair curled, perm. It's still not gonna be that long.
You know what was it, conking? Conking? I think it was called. You know what conking is?
Nah, what's that?
That was like Malcolm X did that back when like he was young, when he was trying to like look like white people. Like there was a thing back then where you would like put chemicals in your hair, and you would make it straight so that it looked like white people.
And guess what happened? Guess what happened? I'm gonna school you to something. If I was to perm my hair, eventually it's gonna fall out, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because it's too much chemicals in it. It's gonna take your hair out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can perm your hair to get it longer all you want. Eventually it's gonna start falling out because that's not how the Lord made the hair. He's controlling the scalps, the hair scalp.
But I mean, you can use like conditioner and stuff. Like certain stuff you do put in your hair like makes it last longer.
Yeah, but it's still gonna fall out eventually. Give what you got.
What you want, a 50 and what?
51 and 20.
This guy, this gentleman right here, he's got a good head of hair still. You doing good? You did something?
Yeah, get that. Now listen to this.
Thank you very much, and I can't explain that.
Yeah. Now get this.
Tell me that.
This is
it's all about the genes.
Isaiah
listen.
51 and 20.
This on the men. This on the men of Israel right here.
Thy sons have fainted.
Right. So the Bible says, "Thy sons have fainted." Read.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
So who stay on the corners, be on the blocks, just doing nothing?
So was that they lie at the head of all the streets?
They lie at the head of all the streets. Like you see that Ken Park, 53rd and Ken Park, they right there just hanging out, not doing nothing.
I've been a part of that, so that's how I'm going to agree. I've been a part of that myself. That hit home.
I got you.
Like you said, hit the heart there, but that really hit the heart.
No, they don't.
I've been a part of it.
No, they don't. But you gotta finish it out. Read it from top and finish it out.
This is Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted.
Thy sons have fainted. Read.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
They lie at the head of all the streets. Read.
As a wild bull in a net.
They dangerous. You can't come in their neighborhood. They'll shoot you. They'll kill you.
But they fainted.
They fainted because they fell off knowing who they really is. They didn't actually faint. They lost they state of mind who they are. All right.
So that's like metaphor.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. They fainted. They don't know who they are.
But they lie at the end of the street. That's literal. That's not
they selling what they doing. Selling drugs. All right. They watching out for the police.
How can you tell what's a metaphor though and what's literal?
You just gotta read it. They didn't actually faint.
But they sound the same. Like they faint. They lie at the end of the street. They both like things said, but one's supposed to be a metaphor and one's not. Like how do you know?
When you faint, what happens when you actually faint? You fall out.
Yeah.
They fell from knowing that they were the sons of God. Yeah. That's what it's talking about.
But they like lie at the end of the street. That could also be like a metaphorical street.
No,
right?
no, they actually lying at the head of the street. They actually right there. They actually on the block. That's what they really doing.
Like I'm saying, there's like just different interpretations.
No, that is literal right there. When they say they lie, that means they right there lodging, ain't doing nothing.
Well, like, how do you know that's literal?
It's just saying it. Keep reading. It say they lie as a wild bull in the net. So what happened if you put a net on top of a bull head? They gonna go crazy. That's how they is out here on the corners.
Okay.
Read that again.
Thy sons have faint.
So they didn't actually faint. They failed from knowing that they were the children of God. They turned into niggas, killers, gangbangers. Read.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Right. So if you go on the south side of Chicago or 67 to Blackstone, go to 63rd, 64th. All right, go out west. Go to Central.
Okay, but so it's partially metaphorical because they're not at the end of every street. They're at the end of a lot of streets.
They're at the end of a lot of streets, right?
Okay.
Read.
As a wild bull in a net.
Yeah, so what happened when you take a net and put it on top of a bull? It's gonna go crazy. You know how the Mexicans, they jump on the bull, they ride on it for like a good 3 seconds and they jump off. Put that bull on it, you gonna watch out for them. You don't go over there, it's bad over there. They on the streets, man, they got guns over there, man. That's what it's talking about, man.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
But now they furious, they mad. All right, read.
The rebuke of thy God.
So who is that happening to? White people or black people?
The rebuke of God?
The whole thing with it saying, it say they lie at the head of the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord thy God. which means like another rival gang cannot come in this neighborhood. He's gonna get shot at.
But that's not the fury of God. Like, the fear of God sounds like it would be like justified, right? Like, sounds like
the Lord is allowing that to happen to our people because they fell from the commandments of God. Let's get another scripture. Go to Isaiah 42. It's the metaphor to it. Because look, on the general scale, when they land on the head of the street, the police come in and put them in jail, right? And what do they find on them? They find a gun. They possibly can find drugs on them. All right?
Yeah.
They full of the fury of the Lord thy God, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's like.
Now watch this.
Okay. There are a lot of people.
This is
you too deep. Just deal with it like how I say. You going too deep. I know you got good grades in school. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it. You ain't got it. Right. Just listen, and it's gonna comprehend itself. Read.
This is Isaiah 42:22.
Read.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Our people are destroyed. Right. That's what spoil means. It means to be destroyed. Read. Lil Lawrence, on that camera, man.
They are all of them.
Look.
Snared in holes.
They are snared in holes. Read.
They are hid in prison houses.
They are here where?
In prison houses.
Right. So when you look at the statistics of the people that's being locked up, who dominate?
Yeah, but black people are disproportionately. Right,
and the Latinos, right?
Yeah.
So they are full. They are hid in what? Prison houses. That's who is this talking to? The Hebrews, the Israelites.
Yeah.
So the real Jews is locked up in jail. Is it more white?
Jews have been locked up like a lot of times. Like the other Jews, like the fake Jews or whatever, they've also been locked up.
You know? But they still ain't been to jail more than us. They don't even go on the total poll.
Well,
when you go to jail, it's filled with blacks and Latinos, man. Ain't no Amalekites. They not in there.
No.
They not in there.
No, not today. Not this day and age. Not this.
So that was in the Bible time, right? That was back in the day, right?
Yeah, could be. Or
it's still,
times.
I don't know.
You get what you guys think about like the 19 were locked up then.
Get Revelations 2:9, man. Yeah, we got to bring out the shotgun now, man.
Oh, yeah.
We got to bring out the shotgun. We got to make a distinct difference between the Israelites and the people who saying that they are Jews, man.
Yeah.
You got to call the spade, right? Get that.
Revelation what?
2:9.
Hold on.
Because in the last days, it said it was going to be a people that say that they are the Jews and they are not. In the last book of the Bible, which is Revelation.
Yeah. Couldn't that also be you, though?
No, because we're not saying we Jews.
We fit the
as a whole, we're not saying we Jews, though.
Yeah, but you're saying you're Jews.
But they don't. Everybody else is black. Don't know that they Jews.
I know, but if the people could be just referring to a small group of people.
No,
right?
it's talking about as a whole. Yeah. As a nation, bro.
So like if you succeed and like convince like more black people, eventually there could be enough of them to say that like.
Who worship in synagogues? Who worship in synagogues?
Jews.
Where do black people worship at?
Churches.
Exactly. So we not saying it as a whole. But go ahead. Read that.
This is Revelation 2:9.
Read.
I know thy works and tribulations and poverty.
Read.
But thou art rich.
Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Right, so on the general topic, we not saying we the Jews, man. It's the people that you see over there, man.
Yeah.
Read.
And are not.
And who are they?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
So that don't refer to us because we're not doing that. All right, they over there keeping them customs and stuff like that. We still celebrating Christmas, man, and Valentine and Easter, man, and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like hypothetically, in the future.
You don't want to admit it, man. You know we the real Jews, man. You just gotta admit it, man.
I'm really trying to understand, like what, like where you're coming from.
The wicked shall not understand, man.
That's true. Like if I'm just wicked, then there might be just no way for me to understand.
Exactly.
That's hard to, it's hard to argue with. Like, but like for you personally, like what do you think is like, what's like the thing like deep inside? Like is the Holy Spirit, do you think, that like speaks to you inside and tells you like
the scriptures, the word of God.
What the scriptures are true? Like when you hear them, they sound true.
Yeah.
It's like the Spirit tells you.
Yeah, the Spirit is the words of God.
Yeah.
It's telling us that. That's why we putting them every time. Everything that you bring out, we can find the scripture for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Like we cutting you up, you bloody right now. You don't even know it.
Oh yeah.
It's a bloody mess right now, man. You just don't know.
I'm sure that's how you see it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that because you got a scripture. Like,
let me ask you this question.
It would sound like something.
To be honest with you, look, we can show you that the people who converted to being this, because I can't say it, man. They're gonna flag our video. Yeah. You can find out when they converted. They converted in 740 AD. That was the first time that your people converted to be that in 740 AD. So prior before that, y'all wasn't that.
Oh yeah, because the Jews now are white, right? Like,
yeah.
Like that,
so before that, they wasn't always of that. They wasn't always following that religion. They were from the Caspian Sea, the Khazars. They was from Khazaria.
Yeah.
You gotta just do your research, man.
No, I think you're right, at least in that, in the sense that like who we think of now as Jews, especially like the ones who are like really white, like Ashkenazi Jews.
Yeah,
I think they came up from like somewhere in like the Caucasus.
Yeah,
before they migrated
the Khazarian Empire
south. But they I don't know if it was 740 AD.
It was 740 AD. Yes, that was the first time they were called the letter J. Okay, I'm gonna just say that because I can't say the whole thing. They're gonna try to crucify me like Kanye West, man.
Okay, can you like spell it or like can you spell?
I'm just say the letter J.
Okay.
Just say this, but look, what type of books you read? What type of books you read?
I read a lot of books. I mean, I just read the.
You read historical books?
Yeah, I read some history.
Okay, let's get into some history right now.
The European civilization class right now.
This is the book Nature Knows No Color. Nature Knows No Color Line by J.A. Rogers, right? Started. Listen to this.
This is page 123. Many assert that the Jews are an Ethiopian race.
Read.
For Romans to have taken them for Ethiopians is clear indication of their color, since the Ethiopians were definitely black to the Romans. Ancient Jewish legends themselves recognize a Negro strain among the Jews. Genesis Rabbi 18 reads, when the Jews returned from Babylon, their wives had become...
Go up to Strabo.
This is Strabo, 30 BC.
30 BC, right? Read.
Says the people of Western Judea were of part Egyptian ancestry.
Right, so the original Egyptians were what color?
Wait, didn't it say that their wives like turned something?
No, don't worry about that. Just deal with this right here. What color was the original Egyptians? They were black, man.
Okay, well that said like one tribe, right? Like
the Egyptians.
Because there are like people who believe that like.
Just listen, man. You're doing too much. Just listen, man.
Okay,
go ahead.
Sorry.
But he says, although the inhabitants are mixed up, thus the most prevalent of the accredited reports in regard to the temple at Jerusalem represents the ancestors of the present Judea.
Now go down right here. So the Jews, they looked at like Egyptians and Ethiopians. That's what he just read right there. Yeah. So those are two black people right there. Okay?
That's the greater part of them, right?
As a whole, they were black people. Okay, Jeremiah 14:2, man. Read.
Walt says an interesting gradation of all shades down to the black is exhibited by the Jews.
Here's another historian, Watts. He said all shades down to the black is exhibited by the Jews. Read.
There were white Jews. Yeah.
Especially dark were the Jews of Spain and Portugal.
Read.
The Portuguese Jews were very dark.
So back in the day, we were living in them areas, man.
Yeah.
All right, before y'all came and put our people in slavery, we were inhabiting those areas, man.
But didn't that just say that there were white Jews too?
No, it didn't say that. It didn't say that. You lying, man.
It said there were every shade.
Now you finna get on my nerves, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Let it say what it's saying. It didn't say that, man. It said whites. It didn't say whites. It said whites.
No, not the white. It didn't say white. You're right. I'm saying it said every shade, right?
Every shade down to the black is exhibited by the Jews.
Yeah.
That means that the Jews are all black, different shades of brown. That's what it's saying right there. Keep reading. Keep reading.
Whiter,
no. The Duchess D'Ambridge, wife of Napoleon's ambassador to Portugal, said that the Jew, the Negro, and the Portuguese could be seen in a single person. So dark were the Jews, especially of Portugal and South Spain, Southern Spain, that many whites thought all Jews were black or dark.
Now explain that. That's the white right there.
Yeah.
It say they were so black that many white people, they thought all the Jews was black or dark.
Yeah, but
this was before y'all converted, because I just told you y'all converted in 740 AD. But prior to that, y'all were not following the customs of being a Jew.
First of all, I want to say, if I like make you mad or like frustrated,
you
ask me to leave, I'll leave right away. Like I don't want to like get on your nerves or anything.
So what you think about what he just read?
That sentence sounded to me, it sounded like most Jews are black.
Yeah, but you got to understand, you can't convert to another man's nationality. You can't convert to saying that you're a Jew. You have to be born a Jew. Okay.
Yeah, but if I had if I meet like a Jew, get a wife who's Jewish,
right.
Like if we had a kid, would that kid be a Jew?
No. That's converted to their religion.
That's the Talmud right there.
Like the kid though would be half Jewish.
No, there ain't no such thing as mixed.
Go get Judah Morning. The gates of their language.
What about Numbers 1 and?
Yeah, get that Numbers 1:18.
He said like
the only way you could be a Jew, your father had to be one of these tribes right here. All right, if your father was a so-called Negro and your mom was white, then you could still be a Jew. All right.
Okay, but
like Drake, like Drake. Drake is a real Jew and he's a fake Jew at the same time because his mother is Jewish, but his father is a so-called Negro. So according to the Bible, the Negroes are the real Jews.
So
he's
than
a real,
like today's Jews,
right?
Think that it goes through the mother.
No, it
goes through the father.
It goes through the father. He gonna read.
Mother don't play a party.
No. Read that.
This is Deuteronomy 1:18.
They gonna flag this video right here. Read.
Oh, verse. That's Deuteronomy. Slock, yeah.
Numbers 1:18.
Yeah, Numbers 1:18. This is Numbers 1:18.
Listen.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
See, your pedigree is established off of your father. If you marry a woman, she takes on your last name, man.
Yeah.
So if you get with a black woman and have a baby, the baby will not become an Israelite, it'll be an Edomite. Because you are an Edomite, according to the Bible.
So is that like a spiritual thing?
No, it's your heritage, it's your custom. Give them the tables of nations. The table of nations.
It's right there.
Yeah, the table of nations.
Your genes are half and half, right?
See, look,
genes are 50-50.
according to the Bible, right, the white man, he come from the nation of Edom, right? The Indian from India come from Elam. The Syrian come from Ashur. The Syrian come from Aram. The Arabs come from Ishmael. They would tell you that if you go into a gas station, ask the Arab who is his forefather. He'll tell you Ishmael is his forefather, right? So this is all the tribes of the nations.
Oh, South Africa is Canaan?
Yeah, they Canaanites.
From Cain, like
Canaanites.
Yeah, well,
Canaanite people.
Weren't any of the African Americans from South Africa?
The Africans sold us.
From West Africa.
Listen, the Africans are not our people, bro. They sold us to the so-called white man. All right.
Oh, so you're saying that
they're not included in this right here.
Oh, so it's like. There were two.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're not included.
There were different black people all in Africa.
Yeah, but they're not the same people.
So all of the slaves.
No,
in
stop
America,
and start it again.
So all of the slaves in America were taken, they were Jews in Africa.
Yeah.
They were kidnapped by the
Africans. Africans and sold to the white man.
And then sold to the white man.
That's why when they come, that's why when the Africans come over, they don't deal with us like that. They don't. You know that, bro. You know we not the same people, bro.
Culturally,
it's a different style. We got different swag, man.
Yeah, that's true. But genetically,
no, not genetically.
Are genetics just like
yeah, genetically, because the first man that was born was the so-called black man. The first man that was created by God was a so-called black man. So genetically, they might have the hair like us, the skin color, but not the same nation of people.
So then why did white people why are people white?
Because Esau, he had got with a Canaanite woman and produced y'all race. The Canaanites.
The
Canaanites were out, but the ones he got with were albinos. All right.
Oh, okay.
You ever seen an albino black person?
Yeah.
That's how y'all are here today.
Red eyes.
Right.
So white people came from albinos.
Yeah, albinos, and y'all come from a so-called black man and a black woman, Isaac and Rebecca, Jacob and Esau. One was brown and one was red.
Let's get the scripture.
Get that.
This is the definition of Ham.
Yeah.
The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right, so he was the progenitor of all the dark races. Ham, right?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Read.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So he was the father of those dark races, but not the Negroes. Now, if you get a Catholic Bible, it tell you that the Negroes are not Hamites. All right, we're not the same people, man. Now, why you think they sold us to the white man? You think they just gonna sell out off their own people? Would you sell your, if you got kids, would you sell your kids?
No. I mean, usually it was like selling like the neighbors or things. Like, or
but
like,
you won't sell your, sell your people though.
Different like tribe, you know, like because there were like different conflicting tribes. That's
right.
what they told us, you know.
No, it was Africans selling Hebrews, man.
How did they know who the Hebrews were?
Because
culture.
Yeah, the culture is different. Matter of fact, look, get the
I got the map.
All right, go ahead. When you look at, he gonna pull a map out, a map from the 1600s, and you be the guest. You be the guest. See, we normally ain't gonna deal with you because you are our people.
Yeah.
But since you got questions, we gotta answer it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to.
No, you cool, man.
Okay.
Now look, when you look at the West African map, this is a West African map. You see Negro land. This map was put together by Emmanuel Bowen. He was an Edomite from France. So before they go and conquer anything, they have to write the maps. He drew the map on where he was.
Hey,
behind you. So look, yeah, make sure you pick that up, Oscar. So listen.
You didn't have to bring the camera over. You should have just took it off the thing.
So he drew the map before he went to go conquer the people there. He knew that they were Negroes, that they were Jews. Now look, check this out. When you go to right here, what do that say right there? It say Judah. Emmanuel Bowen. You see the kingdom of Judah. All right, so the Jews went to West Africa. You want to get that out of the Sunday or Babylon 212? Yeah. So, bro, we know what we're talking about, man. We're not just making something up.
Oh, I don't worry. I believe that.
And we didn't convert. We were born Jews, man.
I don't believe
we didn't convert to Judaism.
I think you really believe what you're saying. Like,
I really know what I'm saying. I'm not. This is not a belief. This is facts. This is facts, man. Get that real quick.
This is from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
That's how you see the map. That's what we got the map from.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
So we ran from the Romans, man. All right, we running from your forefathers, the Romans, the Italians, man. They came back 1,000 years later, put us in slavery, and brought us to America. All right, read.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Read that again.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
So like I just said, we ran from the persecution of the Romans. We left Israel and we went to West Africa. We blended in among the African people. Okay? Not the same people, but we look like them. Y'all came back with the Africans. They told y'all who we were. They said the Jews was living in West Africa. We just seen the map. Emmanuel Bowen. Y'all found out, y'all got us, y'all put us on the slave ships, your forefathers. And that's how we got here to America.
What about all the other records?
That simple.
What about all the records from similar times? People saying that they were taking Africans and that that they weren't Jews, that they were pagans, or all the different religions.
You got to quote your source. What sources did you read? Because we've been quoting sources all day, man.
Yeah, of course. I don't have.
Yeah, you're kind.
I don't have any sources on me. No. I'm just talking about
Yeah. Now look, this is a prophecy. Christ said that the real Jews wouldn't be in the land; they would be outskirts. You know what I'm saying? You want me to get that?
Sure. I mean, I just want to clarify what I'm saying about the sources. We've got records. I don't have them on me. This is from all sorts of different things I've seen pick this up. But they're African religions, right? Still practiced today in Africa. And we have records of people the conversion to Christianity.
Everybody is black is not Israelites, all right? You got Africans, they're not our people.
I'm saying when they were like kidnapped and sold into slavery.
Yeah, we understand that you guys have records of tribes in Africa saying, you know, that they were kidnapped and brought, you know, to some place. But we gotta filter that through the prophecies of the Bible, because the Bible is very specific.
Hey, come on, they got some questions.
Israel in the last days, right? So I'm gonna give you this prophecy right here. This is so I'm gonna give you this prophecy right here. This is Matthew, Slacky. This is Luke 21 and 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the country enter thereinto. So we read Babylon Timbuktu, the description, the person who read this gave a description of what happened, right? It's in prophecy, right? But I'm gonna keep reading this. Verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon the people. Right, so this is the key point I'm about to read. Verse 24. And they, this is talking about the Jews, shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. So the Jews were going to go into slavery into all nations. And we know through history that the so-called Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, we were slaves to everybody on the face of the earth. Those Jewish people over there in the land, they don't have that history. The only people they can say what the so-called Holocaust. But Germans and Jewish people, they are two of the same. They like the same race of people. And the Germans, they weren't, the Jewish people went through those atrocities over there, but those people weren't the only ones that the Germans were fucking up over. It was
our people's in the
Holocaust over there too.
Yep. So they had the real,
gays.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
But the point we're saying, those Jewish people over there are not the Jews. They don't fit prophecy. If they don't fit prophecy, then they're not the real Jews, man. And another thing, if they're the real Jews in any land, it's supposed to be peace on earth. We don't see that. And that's the point that we're making, right?
I probably agree with you on that. Prophecy part.
They was putting that land in, hey, listen,
Go ahead.
under the British mandate, they was put in the land of Israel in 1948.
In
so
America,
prior before that, they wasn't there, bro.
And America has to keep helping.
Palestinians there, right?
No, it was black people there too. Our people was actually in that land because they didn't enslave. See, those movies that we watch, they make it seem like they had all black people in slavery, but that's not the case. They had a lot of our people there, but it was still remnants of our people that was free. They're not gonna tell you that, man.
What do you think about the Sephardic Jews and their role in the slave trade?
They're
Sephardic Jews?
Sephardic?
They're from like Spain.
Yeah. Like they ran the slave trade.
Yeah,
They got to go on slavery.
Yeah, they were the ones who actually got the lumber to
you
build
Mexican.
the ships.
You Mexican, this you right here. You on this side too. You an Israelite, man. All right. You Aztec Indian. Huh? You don't know?
You know what I mean?
You know English?
He don't speak
Come
English.
on, man. You know you speak English. What you doing at Hyde Park, man? You don't speak English? Come on, man. You an Israelite, man. You got to come back to your heritage, man. The blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
You don't
we
have
speak Hebrew. We speak a little Hebrew.
But why are we learning Hebrew though? It sounds like we created...
Kumbaya, that's Hebrew. You know that the slaves sing Kumbaya? That's Hebrew. Yes, it's Hebrew. It's a form of Hebrew. So you said what?
Question?
Yeah. What you said now?
My question was about people call themselves Jews.
Yeah, they were, because it's documented by their own people that they actually funded the slave trade.
And how could they be the Jews if they funded the ships for the real Jews to come over there?
They actually used money to buy the lumber and gave that lumber to the Spaniards in the East other different European nations to build the ships, right, and use them to put the Irish, the Jews, the people of God in slavery.
All kinds of people do messed up stuff. They do.
Yeah, our people was wicked too, man. But the white man is the wicked. All right, y'all get stuff that's unmeasurable. Like y'all got to.